Okay, we're back, I think. I'm just trying to work out. Yeah, yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, sorry, I put you on as a recording, not as started the stream. So hopefully this works and we can go live now. And it is part of the stream. Yeah, it's just gone. Okay, yeah, so sorry about that. Right. So we're looking at currency futures triad. You're gonna, if you want to watch the first part of the stream, it is on YouTube. I've just downloaded it, uploaded it to there. We have got a weekly cycle above. There was no trade for us to enter this morning, as we want to wait because we wicked below the first range, so we want to get below that, above that, to take out buy side to fuel the move back down. So we're just waiting now, waiting game. If we've missed the move, so be it. I'm going to start to mark up the index futures and go through this. Yesterday was a beautiful trade. As you can see, we had the weekly cycle above. Draw of liquidity becomes the daily 50%. Obviously went a little bit further than that, but down to there I think was ridiculous RR. Look at the push we had. So yeah, a little bit disappointed I wasn't in that. Didn't manage to get capitalize on that on my new account. As you know, I'm trying to take my $20,000 to 100,000 by the end of the year. Real trading it's not. I'm just just get rid of yesterday's previous day's range, Asia range, sorry. Have a clean up. Bear with me, I am just filling in my journal. Okay, let's go out to the weekly time frame. I do start on the monthly, just have a look where we are. We've got a range monthly profile. This is the first stream back, so yeah. Yeah, so range monthly profile, this would be a key level I would be looking for. Let's just mark the key level there. We're in a bullish trend. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just measuring the pullback. It's something Taylor trading technique that I've been just been studying as well. Basically, after a breakout, 3 to 5 bars, there'll be a pullback, and if you're in a trend like this, it would go 1, 2. So it's 1 to 2 possibly 3, and then a pullback. I'm still doing testing on it. But as you can see here, right, we've had a breakout of the high 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or even if you want to class that as the breakout candle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we get a pullback, drop below a low, and then we're going into this range consolidation. So until we break out of that, we don't know what we're doing. This is the monthly time frame anyway. We are still bullish. Weekly, no CSD, no confirmation, so we've got a range weekly profile. Okay, all assets wicked below again on Monday, didn't they? Let's just have a look at the daily. We had this expanse, we've wicked below, we've come back up and tested. Let's just mark out. I think we did manage to, we took previous week's high there. That was the draw of liquidity. I thought it was going to happen yesterday. It kind of put me off my trade yesterday. So I made a bit of a mistake. I've documented it on YouTube though, so you can see where I went wrong. I will tell you in a second. So we did get above, I don't really need to mark that out, we got above the week 50% there and as well. Then I dropped out to the daily time frame after that. I just keep working my way down. I want to see what's happened, see what profile we've got. So I would say we had an expanse. Right, Tuesday is a high probability CRT day. If you look, this did eventually wick above. We did have a weekly cycle there, but we wicked above, closed below. We didn't change the state of delivery though, so we didn't close below previous day's low, so we're working still within a range. So we've got a range daily profile, so we need to, if we're going to take a trade, we want to see some form of stacked confluence. Alright, so we need a bit more confluence to take a trade. We're not just following the daily profile. So we'll just mark that down, range daily profile. No assets have taken that either. Is there any higher time frame free candle model? Not really. Thick body candle, 6 hour, let's see. We have got a bullish 6 hour. Did we get the sequential S&T there? Not really. Maybe that could be the draw. I don't think so though. Let's go on to the 1 hour. see where we are, still within this range. So all assets are above Asia as well. Let's quickly mark. I don't know what's going on here. Why is that not loading? Let's reload the tab, sorry. Go to 1 hour, what's going on? Oh, we got it over there. Voila, I don't know why that was taking so long to load then. Let me just double check my internet connection. I think it's probably should be alright. What have we got over here? No drop frames, nothing. Okay. We've definitely got tight range there. So like I do on the currency futures triad, I just want to mark Asia. I just want to see where we are. So I measure the Asian range. I'll mark it out manually. I prefer doing it manually rather than having an indicator do it for myself. I find it a little bit, reminds me to do it so I don't get complacent. Okay, so Asia's ranged on the index market. So we expect London to form the wick. Because accumulation, manipulation, so the wick should happen. All assets are above those, so we've got no crack in correlation for us. Unless we hit a standard deviation box, there's no trade for us on the index futures. YM 72. Okay, so it's 10 to 8. I don't start trading index futures till 8 o'clock, just because it's not the same as FX. The Judas swing doesn't come in, so you don't really want to get involved until 8 AM. That's when the market and liquidity comes into the market. Excuse me, just having a quick drink. So you can see the weekly cycle we had yesterday, again at 8 o'clock, come in. I think ES took the high over here. There was a micro, not a precision swing point. We needed to wait for a little bit. I'm just going to go through it again because if you haven't seen the YouTube video, it was a brilliant trade. But I doubted myself because I thought YM had to take the high because there was a weekly high, just the liquidity from previous week's high needed to be swept. It did, and it did get swept later on in the session, but NQ started to push down and I missed the move. Okay, so it's around this level here. 15-minute high was put in. Like I said, if you've been following the first part of this video and you've been following me for a while, after a certain time, 10 minutes past 8, I want to start waiting for that 15-minute high to form, to add more buy side so I can trap the sellers in, and then I'm gonna try and take the opposing position. Right, there wasn't a precision swing point, but after that sweep there, we've had this little, so the way I see it is this was a little range formed here, right, and you'll see that on a lower time frame in a minute. I'm just going to go on to bar replay. Okay, so this is the way I can take an inversion on the 15 seconds. We see this little range formed here, accumulation right in these range bars on the M1. Then we drop out to the 15 seconds. Okay, so we get the sweep, then we get the inversion, clear inversion here. So you just take the entry here. You don't need to wait. That's fine. NQ. Okay. And our target would, like I said, we've got a weekly cycle, so daily 50%. Daily equilibrium would be the target. Okay, so that's where I'll be looking at. And then, I don't know if it comes back and then rolls over. So potentially, yeah, you could have taken the 50% of this level, right, for a tighter stop loss, but the 15 seconds moves quick, so just get in when you can. You can see there, I had that mark from yesterday actually, or the video I done on YouTube. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so we've got nothing on the index market at the moment. I'm just going to put that to one side. Unless we hit that, let's mark out the Asia standard deviation. So we know if one of the assets come into that, we can look to get a trade. I want to go through a possible entry as well yesterday that was on for FX. I think I was running a little bit tired and a little bit rusty yesterday. My brain wasn't fully engaged. But like I say, it's the first week back, a couple of days. Took a win on Monday. Could have had something yesterday. Could have had a couple of trades, good trades yesterday, but we live and we learn, and this is the part of the growth as a journey as a trader. So yeah, so I'm going to put this index futures triad to the side. We know where our levels are. We have them marked out. I've got them on an alert as well. Nothing we can do. There is liquidity built up here. I've got these relative equal lows on NQ, so there's going to be a lot of liquidity below that. Also here, not as nice as NQ, but let's see what we get. We're expecting the wick in London. I don't know if YM's going to get above here. So you can see what I was saying about YM yesterday. This was the bar. I'm going to put a line at previous day's high. So we come up here. I was like, no, we're definitely going to sweep now. Sweep the lot because there's lots of liquidity here. But SMT is a sign for reversal, right? So this is just divergence. That's all it is. And I should have just took the position, but then we did come and finally sweep because that was previous week's high above here as well. Anyway, let's see what happens. Asia's expanded on the FX. We're expecting accumulation. 6S moved well yesterday. One of the boys took a trade here, but moved to break even and then got swept out. It was a seek and destroy model yesterday. You know, we've had an expansion on two of the assets, right? That's good enough for me to profile the week. That if we've had an expansion, let's just mark it out. This is how I see it, right? Okay, so we're expecting accumulation on Tuesday. We get the accumulation, right? We're stuck in a tight range. What comes after that is manipulation. So whatever we do today, we could manipulate higher to go lower, then come back up. Maybe, possibly. I still think we've got these equilibrium here, rebalance price here. But I am expecting a manipulation today. The macro data at the moment coming out from Donald Trump is what's been upsetting the market, to be honest. It's a bit uncertain. I'm just going to have a quick look at gold while I'm here. See what that's doing. Right, we're pushing back up on gold. Excuse me. So I'll delete all these lines and I'll start again as well. So I am fresh every day. I'll do a fresh journal every day, just to increase my reps. I don't want to leave old lines, make sure I'm definitely seeing the market the same. Wednesday is a good day to trade, and Thursday, by the looks of it, we're probably setting up for manipulation on the currency futures trader, and then we'll probably get some Thursday sell-off reversal, because Thursdays are built for reversal. So let's see what happens today. Success is still going for Asia low. Excuse me. Looks like it's going for Asia low. You can get hold of the time edge indicator on WAP. It's live. You can purchase it. Monthly subscribe. I've got some new updates coming to that as I'm just testing some other ways that we can improve on the strategy. And I'll start talking about them as well. Bit slow. Just mark out. Yeah, on the index chart, I mean, we've had a large range. We've had a large range yesterday. We also had a large range the previous day. So, but normally that would suggest that we would have a slower day today. So maybe after these 2 days, I think this was something to do with the macro data yesterday, because Donald Trump signed the bill. So that might have influenced the index market yesterday. So we might see some consolidation today, especially after Monday, Tuesday, days like that. Excuse me. Right, 8 o'clock. London Open. So what did price do on this bar? Let's just talk about open, high, low, close theory, right? If we wick below, we're going to close above. This is how we can predict the bars, right? And that's why I like to say I want to see price get above and create the first range and then sweep that range to go down. So we're creating a level in the first 15-minute bar. Then I want to see price go up, take that micro. So we've first 15 minutes is Q1 of the hour, right? So and then I like to see the range formed above 50%, and then that gives us target. Then we take the buy side, then back down. Okay, because all we've done here, we've just taken out sell side, right? So we've taken out sellers in the market, and then run it back higher. Wick below, close above, right? So let's see what we do here. I'm not really interested in trying to take this short at the moment. We do have a weekly cycle. I am aware that Asia's expanded, so we're probably going to whip about in London. Maybe something like this, right? And then we might have a daily cycle above to take us down. In New York is built for reversals. I normally like to see the first 15-minute play out, but if I wanted to go short, for instance, here, and I'm seeing this bar print lower in the first 5 minutes or the first 15 minutes for even, right? You know, open, low, high, close. Okay, so we have a bar like this. Let's just draw it out. Open, low, high, close. Okay, so that if this is going to go bearish, we'd have to close below this low anyway, right? But if by the looks of the candle, we're opening, we're dropping lower, we could see this bar run higher to get a higher bar. Am I looking to take a long if one of these break? No. We've got a weekly cycle up here. We've got no divergence for the long. Asia's expanded, so it's low probability conditions anyway. Do I want to be a seller above this? No, I think I'm going to sit this one out. I'm going to let it do its thing. It's not making up its mind. This might close below anyway. Sorry, someone's just coming to collect something, and I need to wait for delivery. So let's see if this theory is right. We were right on the previous bar. Previous bar, wick below, we closed above, right? Didn't want to take a short because I want to make sure the first quarter was wicked above, take out buy side. We got this wick above. Now we see 6S is getting below that low. We've got no divergence to take along, and we've got a weekly cycle. Even if 6S takes Asia low, we've got an opposing cycle, right? So I'd have to wait for the first quarter, the first 90 minute. But we're part way through we're part way through the 6 hour bar now. So the first quarter's definitely been wicked below. I don't really want to see that. We'd have to drop into a standard deviation for me to get back above, but wick below, close above, right? I'm not looking for buys here. I don't want to be a buyer of this market at the moment. Remember what I said about the daily profile. If there was a bullish daily profile, then yes, I'll be looking to get into buys here. Okay, but there's not. We ranged yesterday. We've expanded above. We've got a weekly cycle divergence above. So it's just, we're just going to be playing around, I think, for London session. And there we go. 6B is pushing up. Maybe 6B is going to get up to this weekly, because there's no crack for me to get in anyway. We're not no bullish, so I need to see a little bit more confluence for me to take a long. So it's a bit of a waiting game. Okay, I'm gonna go and grab something to eat while I just wait for this hour to play out. So I'll restart the stream at 10 to 9. So you can join on then if you want. A little bit of a waiting game on all the things. 6B is pushing up. Like I say, if I was bullish on the previous day, and then a target would be previous day's high, something set up, Asia's expanded above. Let's just wait and see. Anyway, I'll be back on 10 to 9 and we'll start the stream again, and I'll play that hour out and we can go from there. Cheers, Time Edge.